Greetings and welcome to Austin, Texas Gardening. Today we're going to be doing an April harvest. I have some tomato plants and strawberry plants we're going to be looking at that are growing right here in my raised bed. So I have these two mammoth tomato plants. They're doing super well, and this is my strawberry plant. You can see I've already kind of gotten started here. I have some very ripe, large red tomatoes. These are, as I mentioned, mammoth tomatoes. They are, sometimes people call them beefsteak tomatoes, but I'm gonna pick these today. And they're not all ripe yet, but you're not really supposed to wait for them to ripen. Just to show you guys what's growing on my plant here. You can wait for them to ripen on the vine. They'll turn out sweeter that way. But if you leave them out too long, it just gives pests an opportunity to get them. And so we're gonna pull down a couple of these this morning. Another really important reason to get started harvesting, you can see over here, I'm gonna walk around my raised bed over to the back here. So these tomatoes, there's a cluster on the vine here, and you can see the vine is starting to break because of how heavy these are. That weighs probably 4 or 5 pounds there. These tomatoes have done super well this season and are suffering from success, having grown so well. The climate that tomatoes germinate in is, you know, they do super awesome in Zone 8B, and they do well all over the United States, really. They need daytime temperatures to be below about 90 degrees and nighttime temperatures to be below about 75 degrees to germinate well. And then of course they don't do super well if it's below 50 degrees. But hopefully this tomato plant will continue to produce for the rest of spring. I know that we probably won't be seeing the 90s for maybe another month or two. Right now being April 23rd, usually late May is the time we start seeing 90s. So now we can set that vine up and give our tomato plant a chance to produce some more fruit. And then over here we have some more tomatoes. Of course, it's not nearly as bad as the other plant, but once again, here's an example of what I'm talking about. That's very heavy. Let me go ahead and get all of these off the plant, and we have so many. And if I didn't say this clearly, I might be repeating myself here, but it's perfectly fine to pick these when they're green. We're gonna bring them inside where they will redden up. So we really have so many, I'm probably gonna have to go empty this bowl out. I've got a Lazy Susan in my house where I keep all of my vegetables. So we'll add these. I should have left some more of these on the vine because I'm realizing I'm going to have too many tomatoes now. I don't know what we're gonna do with all these tomatoes, but we've got them. Oh, that's actually legitimately heavy. But we're gonna leave stuff like that down there. It's kind of hard to see. We don't have to pick absolutely everything. We will leave those to get a little bit bigger. And over here, you can pick this one. So once again, I mentioned that tomatoes need daytime and nighttime temperatures to be between, or under rather, 90 at day and 75 at night. The way that these tomatoes germinate, if you're curious, they grow these little yellow flowers on them, like that one there. And tomatoes are self-pollinating, so they don't really need companion plants. And once the flowers are pollinated, they become the fruit here. The flowers wither up, they grow their fruit, very similar to peppers or strawberries. Really, a lot of plants are like this. And so I've got probably, I don't know, I'd say that's a good 10 pounds of fruit there. I also have this strawberry plant that's doing super well. Strawberries have been one of the easiest fruits to grow, barring slugs. So if you're trying to grow strawberries, one thing you should just be aware of is pests. I'm speaking strictly of Zone 8B. I don't know how strawberries grow well in other climates, in other gardening zones, but in Zone 8B, the only problem I've had in the spring is slugs. This strawberry plant has put off well over 40 strawberries already. I'm gonna leave some of the smaller ones still on the vine and the green ones still on the vine. I have a couple of other strawberry plants that have done well too, but all in all, I'd say this is a really good April harvest. It could be more diverse. I could have more diversity here, but that is a lot of vegetables. Let's go inside and weigh it. I've brought our harvest inside here, and we're gonna weigh it up. So I've got this little food scale. The container that it's in is really just negligible mass. It's just a little plastic container. I'm gonna pop it down. And I don't know if that's turning out well, but yeah, that's visible. 7 pounds. Very cool, 7 pounds, 14 ounces. I am super pleased with the way this has turned out, and hopefully we get some more growth as spring moves on. Thanks again for watching.